a hearty good morning today to Pat Smith, Lisa Spencer's mom, who's listening this morning.
She's a faithful listener every day.
I so appreciate people like your mom. And so a happy day to you today. And let's talk to Lisa Spencer, Indiana County Department of Human Services, who was not able to be with us last month. And so I guess you've got 2 months worth of stuff piled up, huh?
Well, actually,
No.
we don't have a lot going on. But, if we switched our Family Nature Palooza, it used to be this first weekend in August, but we moved it back into June, like the first week in June, because we thought maybe with school getting out, and it was phenomenal.
Oh,
we
yeah?
had a huge kind of shindig out at Blue Spruce Park. And it went so well that I think we're just going to keep it up in June now. But I just have a couple quick things. I did have one request from the Marion Center School District. They're looking for students for their pre-K and kindergarten slots at Rain Elementary and McCreary Elementary. And if you should need any information, you can stop in at McCreary Elementary or call 724-397-5551. And you can get some information on that. But I imagine all the school districts are looking for it for pre-K and kindergarten registrations right now. That's hard to believe.
In fact, it's pretty late in the game. School's going to start in a couple of weeks.
I don't even know where the summer went. But I'm not like you. I don't like to mow. I like to shovel the walks. I'd rather do the snow.
Oh, you're so weird.
I can't. I'm a snow baby. I can't stand mow. I only mow my weeds, though. Only the weeds grow. My grass doesn't grow. So...
all right, so there you go. She's waiting for snow. I have no idea who this woman is that's in the studio with us here today. I know of nobody who is anxiously awaiting snow, but okay.
I know.
Only her. What else?
Not the gas bill, though. I don't want the gas bill. I just like the cooler weather.
Okay.
So I'm a fall baby.
All right, you big weirdo.
Okay. All right, and let me tell you one more thing too.
Okay.
So I did want to run this we were going to send Maureen over to talk to you about our DHS shop talks.
Yeah.
We're doing these new DHS shop talks, and so in the past, people might have remembered that there was a Human Services Council, and so we're reinventing that, but we're not going to do it on such a formal level because we just need to get the information out to all the agencies and all the cooperating organizations that we work with. So right now what we're doing is every month, we're going to take August off just because with all the vacations and stuff, it was hard to get people to sign on. Yeah. But every month we actually sent a survey out. Our intern from IEP did this for us, sent a survey out to all the organizations and agencies and asked them what are they looking for training? And the number one, hands down, was stress management. And
really?
So we had a phenomenal stress management with Dr. Sharia Robertson over from IUP. She was phenomenal, and she's going to come back and probably sometime early next year and do like a second part to that. It was so good, and then we're going to do highlights of agencies in between. And we also had a very, very good presentation for calling Drugs 101. From the, let me get it right, Armstrong, Indiana Clarion, Drug and Alcohol Commission.
There you go.
All three. And so I'm just used to like the ADAC.
Yeah.
And so they had come over and it was phenomenal. Very, very scary. I mean, they were showing us all these fake things you could buy off of the internet, like how kids can like fake aerosol cans so they can hide drugs up in them. And it was definitely eye-opening, a little scary, but everybody should know about it. And that was very well attended.
Kind of heartbreaking to know, too, that people are out there trying to worm their way through the system, and they're succeeding so often. So these kinds of programs, kids really need to know. Parents
They really
need to know
did. And we
too.
had Jen McCroskey from the Drug and Alcohol Commission, and we had Detective Dave Rostas from the DA's office, and they were phenomenal. They give so much good information. So we're really doing well with that. And so we look forward. We're just trying to like hit the agencies and organizations first, but down the road, I kind of envision I'd like to maybe open that up to the community as well.
Sure.
But we wanted to get our feet on the ground. This is our first year doing that. And of course, we're still waiting to make sure the revenue gets passed on the budget.
There you go.
We're still waiting to
everybody,
know.
Everybody's wondering about
We're
that.
sitting on pins and needles.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, I did get something in on my email yesterday that said that our budget was approved. But
Your budget?
yeah.
You mean the agency's?
Yeah,
budget.
but
Okay.
yeah. So just thinking, well, we have to make sure that there's enough revenue for it. But
Yeah.
so hopefully, when everybody reconvenes, we can make sure we have the revenue package too. So.
Yeah, that was the go ahead and spend the money if you can find it.
Yes,
portion
but
of
then
it.
if I go ahead and spend it and I don't get it back, I'll probably be on the picket, like the unemployment line.
Yeah, well,
So I
we
guess-
certainly don't want that.
No, we have to be
going.
careful.
See what I gave you there? You were
Okay.
talking about stress management, and so we do that around here too.
Okay.
That finished in second place today on my 2-year health segment. I was
really?
going to use that today on 2-year health, but I decided on something else. But yeah, that's some hints for avoiding stress. And you mentioned the fact that overwhelmingly people think that stress is the number one big problem that people have in their lives today.
Definitely. And I think really what it comes down to, and I struggled with this a little bit too, is like the work-life balance. It's really hard sometimes, particularly when I started this new job, because you have to spend so much time in there to understand what you're doing and what your responsibilities are. So, you kind of mess up that work-life balance and you kind of live at work. And I think there's something to be said for that's a big part of this. When you leave work, you kind of have to leave it at work and, kind of readjust your head and everything to get home to the family. So you have some really quality time at home. So.
Yeah, and they're doing that all over the country in different ways. They're recognizing that problem in the state of Florida. They're exploring legislation to outlaw homework for kids.
Oh, really?
So that when kids come home, they're not still in school, they're at home enjoying home life. So, and that's something that they're debating down in Florida. And, if something catches on there, then it's going to slowly make its way around the country. Here's something that supports what you were just saying. According to a new survey by Career Builder, 61% of people now say the 9-to-5 workday is dead because our employers find it so easy to get in touch with us now, and we're constantly connected to our jobs, and we're not disconnecting at the
Right.
end of the workday, and so
Right.
we're putting in more time devoted to work concerns than to family concerns.
Do you know what's sad to hear too? I've heard more so in probably the past couple of years than I've ever heard. Even when people take vacation, they're still accessing their emails and they're still doing work. I just want to unplug if I'm on vacation. I don't
Yeah.
want to have to worry about that because you need to have time to, just kind of, rest yourself and come back and be ready to go again. I mean,
Well, I'll be on vacation here in a couple of weeks, and what I do is once or twice during vacation week, I do log on to my work email just to delete stuff
Yeah.
because I don't want to have
Yeah,
to
that's true.
handle 6 hours of deleting stuff that came in during the course
That's
of the week.
true.
I don't respond to anything. I don't read anything. I just make a determination. This is junk, and this is something I need to keep
Yes.
and pay attention to when I get back. But
I can
that's-
appreciate that because on any given day you can get hundreds of emails.
Yeah, that's true.
But I loved over in Germany when we lived in Germany for 3 years back in the 90s. And one thing that they do very, very well in Germany is they have a very laid back kind of lifestyle. They have that 2-hour block for lunch.
But
and
we
they-
don't have that
they
image.
stop at 5
Yeah.
and then everybody eats dinner and they walk around the park at night. And it's just such a different lifestyle.
Our image of the German culture is not like that.
Oh, it's amazing over just like
Yeah.
how much they value family time
Yeah.
and rest and everybody just enjoying what they're doing. So
We picture that as being France, not Germany.
yeah. Well, and I think it's Italy. I think if you get a restaurant, like if you go to a restaurant in Italy and you get a table, that's your table for the entire night.
Yeah.
That's courtesy of Rick Steves' travel guide, But,
We'll ask Jack. He was there
yeah.
recently. He'll tell us.
So they really do take relaxation to the fullest, and
yeah.
we have to learn that. Our culture has to learn that.
So we're doing our best,
Yeah.
and we do so through inventive ways such as you're talking about with stress management, and we look forward to those workshops. Those are good things.
Yeah.
Lisa, thanks for coming in this morning.
Oh, it's fun to be back. Yeah, sorry I missed last month, but we should be back on the track now. So
Yeah, and a note
it's
to
good
your
to see ya.
a note to your mom, Pat. All of our interviews are recorded and posted on our website
Yeah.
in the
I didn't
Indiana
know
in the
that.
Morning page. There you go. All right, thank
All right,
you.
thanks. Have a great day.
It's Indiana.